Hello all and welcome to the channel. My name is Sergeant Armadillo and today kicks off a segment in our brand new series called How Does Wiki Knows? The series where mundane and mostly useless information is uncovered on Wikipedia and still left questionable at the end. I thought it only fitting to start all this off by diving into the deep and magical world that is forks. Often thought of an object of commonplace value, very little time has been spent reflecting on the impact and history that this gift from God has been to almost all the known peoples of the known world. Let's look at the history. According to Wikipedia, the fork could have been around as early as 2400 to 1800 BC, 1900 BC, during the Bronze Age quiche. The Bronze Age quiche culture, and even into the Shang Dynasty. Presumably used as either cooking utensils or as tools. This is due to the fact that we have a severe lack of video footage from the period, so we can neither confirm nor deny what their actual use was at the time. Other findings have been in ancient Egypt as well as the Roman Empire, where both bronze and silver specimens still exist in museums today. Amazing! The original table fork was most likely invented during the Byzantine Empire, or the Eastern Roman Empire for you history plebs out there, and since grew into a social status empire, becoming commonplace when dining by the 4th century. But like all great things, a smaller known cash grab version of the fork called the bargin was invented in Persia during the 9th century and was only available to the social elite. But like a game without frequent updates, or the ability to be unique, the bargin became outdated and unmentioned in a relatively short span of time. The fork's popularity grew in Europe, starting in Italy around the 11th century and spreading its way into the homes and hearts of many thankful pasta enthusiasts, spanning all the way from France to Portugal and Spain. The fork became so popular, in fact, that people not only use it at every meal, but it is expected and considered proper of people to bring their own fork and spoon in a box called a cadena. Potato. This can only be assumed to be as important as clothes are considered today. I mean, most restaurants probably would have a sign outside that said, no shirt, no shoes, no cadena, no service. However, during this time, the rise to stardom and global fame for the fork was not an easy undertaking. For roughly 100 to 200 years, the fork was thought of as being unmanly. Heck, the Roman Catholic Church's own Saint Peter Damian wrote that it is using excessive delicacy. Not wrong. Now I have to admit, when one is presented with a fine meal, the urge to toss your utensils and government aid to the side and begin the primal feasting like our ancestors of old can be exceptionally strong. But no matter the moment you find yourself in, I believe that even the good Lord encouraged the use of utensils and not the feverish annihilation of the food set before you. The fork eventually won, becoming popular in Europe, and spread its way into North America, and it gained popularity near the end of the American Revolution, at which point the four-tined design of the fork, so the one with the 4 prongs, not the 3, became the most popular and most used version of the fork to date.
Powerful stuff.
Now, there are different kinds of forks, but I will refrain from describing all 35 different kinds of forks listed on Wikipedia. Just know that whoever you may be, whatever fork you desire, and whatever situations you're going through right now, there is a fork for you. Now that we have the history out of the way, I shall demonstrate the proper use of the fork, so that every time you use it, you can ensure max value is being secured. And that is how a fork forks.